G'day folks, this afternoon I've made my way up to this small stream here to go fly fishing for trout. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now back in early December, late November, early December, we had quite a lot of rain and I came up here and this creek was flowing quite hard and I walked up here exploring this section of creek that I'd never fished before and I caught a few trout on soft plastics and bladed spinners. It was nice and open and I vowed to come back with a fly rod. Well, a couple of times I've come back and there's been people here, so I've left them alone. I don't believe in just jumping in on top of people, even though they don't own the creek. It's just manners. So I went elsewhere. But now I've finally come up here and got the place to myself, so I'm going fly fishing for trout. The creek's a lot lower now than what it was then, and it'll be a lot warmer. I'm starting off with a half-down hopper, dry fly, with a little gold bead-headed nymph underneath it. In fact, I might put a little bit of floatant on the top of my half-down hopper. I don't want to put too much floatant on it. I just want a little bit on the little tuft at the top, just to make it float. Because sometimes the bead-headed nymph can pull the dry under, especially when it starts getting a bit wet. Now put that on like that, and we'll see how that looks on the water. That looks good. Now my nymph is only about 20 centimetres under the dry. I've only got a short leader. I can tie a longer one on if I need one, but I'm starting off with my nymph only a little bit under the dry because if it's too far under, it'll just hit rocks and pull the dry under when I'm trying to drift it, trying to float it. It's quite windy today, so this could be a challenge. Now what I'm watching for is for a trout to grab that dry and pull it under, or for it just to disappear because something's grabbed the nymph and pulled the dry under. The water's nice and cool. That's a start. There's all kinds of colours here. I've seen black cicadas, yellow and green grasshoppers. There's a blue dragonfly right there at the end of my rod. Colours abound. White moths and grey moths. Oh, that's a fish. I saw one. I just saw a fish. That's a start. They might be a bit flighty, I think, after the Christmas rush. The wind is going to pose a few challenges, I think. It's a nice cast. Oh, something took it. Something hit the nymph. Will he come back? Something hit the nymph. Got him. Oh, I missed him. One rose for the dry. Oh, he swirled under it. Small fish, very small fish. Very small fish. God, oh, I missed him. He hit the nymph and I missed him. I felt a bit of weight then, so he might not come back, that fish, I reckon. That's alright, I'm going alright. I've seen a few fish and that makes me happy. But gee, I need to get my eye in. This is a bit of a haven for a tiger snake, so I better be careful where I put my feet. But last time I climbed over here, I was really in the depths of battling sciatica. And it was quite awkward. Come on, it's got to be a fish. Oh, I saw his flash. I saw him under. They just took off down between my feet. Gee, I'm out of form. So out of form. Got him! Finally, he took the dry. He took the nymph, sorry. I'll wet my hand. I'll quickly hold him up here and say, little rainbow on the board. See you later, mate. I'm on the board with the nymph. I've had a few strikes. Sometimes when your nymph is really close to your dry, you'll see a swirl right at your dry. And you think, oh God, he's taken the dry. Then you realise that he's taken the nymph. And that's because the nymph is so close to the dry. That could have been floating right beside it. I'm on the board. The wind's making things a bit challenging here. Oh, that's a perfect cast, so if there's a fish there, it'll see that. It's got to see it. Oh, he didn't hit anything, he just rose under. Oh God, he hit it that time and I missed him. At no point ever in any of my magazine articles, YouTube videos or newspaper columns have I ever said that I'm a good fly fisherman. I can fly fish, I can catch fish on a fly, but I wouldn't say I'm good at it. I've missed about 5 today. Got him! He took the nymph. A little bit bigger than the last one. I'll get a phone photo of this one, I think. No, I won't. I'll just say, see you later, mate, right there. Because he got off. I'm going to count that as caught. I've caught 2. I might just dry me fly a little bit. Sometimes you can just pull it through the air a bit to dry it. Then I'll just put a little floatant on the top of it again. And while I'm doing that, I just want to confess. I've got a confession to make. I've got to come clean. I'm actually using the wrong fly rod. Gee, the wind's making this a bit challenging. I saw my fly rod, the nice green colour, and I grabbed it and put it in the car. Went to get it out and realised it's my 4-weight. It's my Wild Fish Wind Warrior series. The one I wanted was my little TFO 2-weight. I just completely grabbed the wrong rod. This will do. This is 4-weight's not bad in a stream like this. 2-weight, I just prefer the 2-weight with the trees and stuff around. It's only 6 foot long. This is 7'6", so it's a little bit longer and a little bit hard to move around. It'll certainly do, but it's not the rod I thought I'd picked up. It's not my usual small stream fly rod. In fact, I used this recently at Lake Buffalo and caught some little redfin just before Christmas. Got him! Oh! Coming in now, getting my eye in. It's a 3rd one, another little rainbow. Come on, buddy, come on. Come on. All on the nymph, none on the dry. Right, a trout number 3. See you later, mate. Awesome. Right, I've got a good workstation here. I might put my line up there. Change my fly and change my little tippet at the end of my leader. Just tie a bit more fresh mono on. Right, I've decided to ditch the nymph. Even though the fish have all been coming on the nymph, I'm thinking if the nymph isn't there, then they've got to take the dry. They haven't got an option. They've either take the dry or go without. So I've gone to a smaller sized royal stimulator. I think it might be a size 10. Something like that. I'll just try that and see how it goes. If I'm not getting anything rising for my fly, well then I'll rig a nymph underneath it. But I'll just go dry. As they say, go dry or die. And see how I go. I haven't seen a fish for a while. What about this cast? Oh, there's one. Oh, that's too slow. He took the dry. He didn't take it. He rose beside it, that one. Oh, it's too slow. Too slow. I reckon these fish are tiny. I reckon that's what I've found with fly fishing is that smaller fish are much harder to hook. You've got to strike so much faster. Nice spot. Oh, got him! Oh, nice fish too. A little bit bigger. Quite a bit bigger actually. Yeah, go dry or die. Wasn't a very good strike that I let go. I accidentally meant to grab the line and strike and missed the line. But anyway, it worked in the end. Nicest fish of the day by a long shot. Come on, buddy. Oop. Go on. He got off because I picked him up and he kicked and the line wrapped around the rod. So when he kicked, he got off before I got a photo. But I don't care, he's caught. That's awesome. Go dry or die. Beauty. That was a nice rainbow. So what I do now that I've caught a fish, I'll put it in this. This is nearly empty. I've got to get another one. I shake it up and those little silicone balls will take all the moisture out. Sometimes it'll come out looking white and fluffy like that. Just blow the fluff off. Perfectly dry fly again. Put a little bit of floatant on the back again. And keep on fishing. Look at that. Go dry or die. I took away the nymph, thinking that if the nymph isn't there, it can't grab it, so it's got to take the dry, and it worked straight away. Last time I fished this creek, this is where I got out. I looked up there, and a deer honked me. It didn't honk me, it just ran off. Then I fished this straight, then I came back out and I walked out there. I'll go up here and see how tricky and overgrown it looks. I might go up a bit further this time, I think. I'm having too much fun. What would a 30-year-old Robbie do? I'd go boing, 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 boing down. What does a 50-year-old Robbie do? Assesses whether it's easier to go that way, probably more snaky to go that way, but this branch could snap. Is there somewhere to get down? A 50-year-old Robbie puts a lot more thought into things. Oh, I wasn't ready for it. I'd let go of my line. Something grabbed it and swam downstream, just swam underwater with it. Wasn't a bad sized fish either. Got him! Oh, watch him come and grab that then. He came down from, he got off. He came down from upstream. I sort of saw the fly, then I saw this fish coming up behind it, and he grabbed it. Just glorious looking trout water. Beautiful looking trout water. Oh, got him. This one actually landed. It's a brown. A little brownie. This is when they normally get off because the rod's not taking up any. I just rely on, go on. See you later, mate. I was going to say, I just rely on my metaphoto. I'll unhook him and get him back. But he already unhooked himself and got himself back. First brownie. Caught a few rainbows. First brown I've seen, I think. This is what we call a catch-22 situation. Streams like this with lots of cover, lots of shrubs are the best to fish for trout because these trees have lots of insects and insect hatches and all the insects and the bugs fall out of the trees onto the water, and they also shade the water so the water keeps cool, prevents the sun baking the water and making it too hot. But they're also the hardest to fish with a fly rod because they're so overgrown. I guess you can't have it both ways. I wouldn't have it any other way than this. I'm having so much fun today. Some yellow-tailed black cockatoos up there. Beautiful birds. This creek is the logjam capital of the world. What did I just see slither under there then? I just got the tail end, literally the tail of something went under there. Can I go that way? I might have to go that way. I reckon that looks like a good get out point if I need to use it. An exit point. Oh! Wasn't expecting that to happen. I think that was a small fish. It was in about 2 inches of water. Bit of a wind issue here. I haven't got the fly in. There's all kinds of things falling on the water now. Twigs. Oh, I missed him. I reckon that's a really small fish. Missed him again. I just cannot catch this fish. 3, and again, it's 4. 4 times this dry fly's been hit in this pool. Ooh, big log jam coming up here. Well, what an amazing afternoon I had. It was challenging but rewarding. But the walk back to the car was a bit special. It took me about 25 minutes. Someone younger and fitter could probably do it in 10 or 15, but this old dinosaur doesn't walk as fast as he used to. Anyway, I saw 2 snakes. If you look down in the bottom left of the screen here now, you'll see a red-bellied black snake. Quite a large one, probably 5 foot, maybe even 6 foot. It was big. But I didn't get the video up. By the time I saw it there, I grabbed the camera to video it, it took off. Then I walked up around a few corners, and then I saw another small snake. I'm going to edit out my talking because I incorrectly refer to this as a juvenile Highland copperhead because they've got white markings on their face, and so does this snake. But when I got home and reviewed the footage, I thought that's a white-lipped snake. So I googled it. I sent the photos off to a friend, and it is indeed a white-lipped snake, and the very first white-lipped snake that I've ever seen. So I'm cutting out the audio, but you'll be able to see this beautiful little white-lipped snake. It is a venomous snake. I believe the venom's not overly toxic or overly potent, but you wouldn't want to get bitten by it anyway, and as with any snake, just don't touch it. I kid you not though, my foot was about 1 inch from it. How cool is that? Wow, how did I spot that? There's my fly rod. I'm a little bit puffed because I was walking up this hill and I've just not long seen a big black snake around the corner. It must have been almost probably 5 or 6 foot long. And I'm just walking along watching where I put my feet, and I looked down and I saw this tiny little snake. I actually thought it was a legless lizard at first. I got my camera out and had a look and thought, no, it's a snake. Well, I'm back at the car. I'm absolutely buggered. That was an awesome session and an epic walk back to the car. I saw 2 snakes on the way back, which was cool, but I'm buggered now. I've had so much fun this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed this video because I've had an awesome time making it. Thank you all very much for watching.